Sure. How are you? How have you been? How is the weekend? I've been all through. There's not much. We've not been able to do anything. So welcome, 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 welcome. So this night, based on I do most of my program based on questions in my DMs, questions on my when people come on my program or my posts. So most of the times I just decide to pick one or two things that I know. Maybe they are becoming too common. Questions are coming like that. That particular question. That's the way I do when it comes to this. So this evening there is this cogent question that says, what are the common mistakes to avoid during courtship? Courtship or dating? You understand? At least it's dating that will lead to courtship, and of course, courtship to engagement, from engagement to marriage. You understand? So when we're talking about courtship, it's supposed to be a period of time. It might be 6 months, might be a year. Some people, like when I was younger, the mistake I made the mistake of a prolonged courtship. And when I made that mistake of a prolonged courtship, what happened was that I did not, 5 years, 6 years of a prolonged courtship. And I was so neck deep. And of course, the guy became tired of me. His family became tired of me. And what happened? All of them just said, this girl is no longer worth it. I'm fine. Look, you're welcome. Good evening. How are you? So the guy became tired of me because it was a prolonged courtship. So based on a personal experiences, I just want to say one or two things that should, mistakes, the common mistakes to avoid when you are doing what? When you are, dating or you are in a relationship, except you are just in a relationship of whenever it lasts. You understand? There's some relationship just immediately you start the relationship, you know that this relationship, in fact, yeah, it has not started. You know where it is going to end. There's some relationship like that. Oh, thank you. I will sub to you after the. I will sub to you too. Oh, man, Melo, you're welcome. Welcome, Bombo Clark. I don't speak your language. I'm in Nigeria. I'm based in Lagos, Nigeria, the south and western part of Nigeria. So you understand. Duke, thank you. I will sub back to you after the program. Thank you. So the common courtship mistakes that we make were a lot based on personal experiences. We'll be discussing that one by one. It's a weekend and I'm not going to work. So we're going to be picking that one by one and we'll be able to expatiate on thank you, Duke. So be able to expatiate on the common mistakes to avoid either during courtship or any relationship. You understand? So the number one point is rushing. You understand? When you're rushing, you don't give the relationship a space. Maybe you're just meeting someone in a week, 2 weeks, and you're already talking about marriage. And you're already talking, are we at that time? Where is this relationship heading to? In 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. But at times, at times maybe you have a friend or a colleague in the office or where you work or something. You might have known them, you know, you know them in their vulnerable state. Not that you don't know them, but you have not been in relationship with them. But that kind of a person can even come because they've known you and say, okay, I want to, be in a relationship. I don't want to waste time. Maybe in 6 months we do something. You understand? But now you don't know this person. They are just coming out of the blues. And 2 weeks, 3 weeks down the relationship, you are asking, when are we going to get married? When are you going to propose? It is a no, 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 no. You understand? It is a no, 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 no. You don't have to rush both to physical intimacy, both to, you don't have to pressure somebody that, that is that is willing to be with you. They will do it willfully. You don't need to rush them and be asking, when, how, when are you going to propose? You don't need to push a man to propose. They know what they want. Oh, okay, thank you, thank you. So they know, a man knows exactly what he wants. You don't have to push. And if it's a woman too, a woman knows most of the time what they want. At times we make wrong uh based on looks, or what we call uh, desperation. You understand? At times, man, as a woman or a man, you be desperate. You really wanted a marriage, and the guy is not coming for you. You want to do what? You want to say, oh, let me just do something. So it is a no, 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 no for you to rush, go to sexual intercourse, and physical intimacy, and if you don't rush, you have to give it, slow down. Most of the time when we meet the people that we love, there is an hormone in our body system. There's some hormones, like dopamine, the cortisol, the adrenaline. There are plenty. There are hormones of anxiety, hormone of love, like dopamine, oxytocin. There are plenty. So when those start running in your system, you don't want to wait. You're like, "Ah, I'm okay. I love this person." You understand? Most of the time, if you take it easy, you take it calm, you might see at the end of the day that the feelings will just fizzle away, and you feel that no, it's not actually, I don't really love this person. But if you don't give it time, if you are rushing, it means you might fall into errors. Do you understand? That is one. Number two is that you should talk about your sexual preferences. Sexual preferences. Do you understand? Because all of us, we have various definitions to sexual intercourse, to sex, to what is called, the physical intimacy. You have the connection. Your own definition of sex might be different from mine. My own sexual orientation might be different from yours. So when you are starting a relationship and a courtship, it is not not enough to allow the butterfly to keep running. It is something you should talk about. Are you? Some of us are bisexual. Some of us are straight. So if you are into a relationship, you should be able to ask questions. Are you bisexual? Are you straight? Are you gay? There should be discussion on your sexual preferences. And apart from that, there should be adequate communication. Whatever you want to do, communication is very, very, very vital. It's very vital. When you are connecting with someone and you say they are your soulmate, there should be communication. You should be able to talk about anything. And if you see the trend on social media, you see couples, especially interracial marriages, very common these days. I don't know why. And you see the man in question, or you see most of the time the one that is very common, and you see the females that are blacks, especially the African ladies, and you see the male that are white. And there is interracial marriage, and there's intercultural differences. There's something we call cultural shocks. There's something we call cultural shocks. So if you are in a relationship, you should be able to discuss anything and everything. There shouldn't be any pretense, no hypocrisies. Don't be forming, don't be packaging yourself. Just be yourself. Do you understand? Be yourself. No lying, no packaging. Just Keep going, keep going, keep going like that. You understand? No lie. Then apart from that, don't ignore red flags. There are a lot of deal breakers. You understand? When you are in a relationship, there are a lot of deal breakers. You want to like, oh, thank you for the love. Mwah, I love you too. So there are lots of deal breakers when it comes to relationship. Red flags. Like I was in a relationship, uh, time relation courtship, like 7 8 years, and the guy was violent. But because I was naive, I thought I loved him. He used to beat me up, blue and black, if there's something like that. You understand? It was a red flag, but I never minded that this was, and this, continued for years. Not a year, not two, not three, not four, not five. And when you were talking about toxic people or narcissists, they want to make you see, even if they kill you and you are dead after being violent against you, they'll be telling you that you see what you have made me to do to you. Are you seeing what you have made me to do? And they want to, they are gaslighting you, and you begin to see yourself as the wrong one here, judging yourself. And those years, I lost my self-esteem. I lost myself in the process of, being in a relationship. Look, if a guy or a lady slaps you just because you're having an argument, it is enough red flag. Based on my personal experience, I told you, I said this evening is going to be about my life experience, not about books, not about internet, not about social media, right? It's about my personal life. So I ignored as a small child, and at the time when he beats me, that I still have scars up till now. I'm over 50. I still have scars as a young child, young girl. And when I get back home, and my family were asking, what happened? Well, was there any? I said, I had a fall. I had a fall. And the pattern continued because I was naive and I didn't know what I was doing. I thought I was in love. Thank God, relationship, at the end of the day, it was even his brother that started complaining that the guy too loved me, that the guy was too much in love with me, and she has to, put a stop to the relationship. I wasn't ready to let go. Assuming I'm still over 50 now, and I'm in a relationship that some guy beats me up every day. What kind of a life would I have been? By now, maybe he would have even killed me. Maybe I would no longer be alive by now. Do you understand? So that is that. You should not, you know, pretend as if the red flags are there. Apart from that, don't allow disrespect. You understand? When you know that this is a disrespect, we all have our deal breakers, like I said. You know that this is a disrespect, don't allow it at all. You are unique, you are special. You understand? Your DNA cannot be 100% with anybody. Your fingerprint is only one. You are just special. You understand? Don't allow any form of disrespect from any guy or any lady just because they think they are just the best. The person I had a long time relationship with about 8 9 years and eventually packed up. I used to think that I will not be able to love anybody again. I used to think nobody might be able to, nobody will want me again. You understand? I lost myself because I was in a relationship. Lost my sense of self-esteem, sense of well-being, sense of self because I was in that relationship. And I used to think nobody will ever come to me to talk about love, and it is not possible for me to love another person. No, no, no. When you are just that type that is only one, you are in a relationship at a time. And I was in this relationship, 4 5 years, 5 6 years, and going just like that. You understand? Any form of disrespect, none should be tolerated. Disrespect, none should be tolerated. And apart from that, there should be, you should not try to change each other. Don't change anybody. You understand? At times you are in a relationship, you think you don't want, like for example, somebody that snores. You understand? Call sleep apnea, and your partner to be, or your spouse to be, has a snore. You understand? It's part of nature, the way I see it, though there might be underlying conditions to that, right? And you don't just expect them to change. And if you know that there are underlying conditions, it is better to work it out, help them out, so that you'll be able to do what? Change that aspect. But not enforcing that. When a man or a woman is in love with you don't need to tell them to change certain things. There are things they know these things are not okay, and they are ready to change it. You don't need to force it. It will come naturally. It will come. So don't try to change anybody. It's one of the things that most of us do when we are in that relationship. And when you see that you are trying to change them and they are not ready to change, and they are not changing, and you just you sweep it pass. You pass it and say doesn't matter. They will still change. They will still change. Whereas most of the time they don't change. You understand? You should be able to respect boundaries. Boundaries. You understand? If you're in a relationship with someone, not because you love them or they love you, and they say, "Oh, don't touch my phone. My phone is a no-go area." You understand? Some It's not that some people are cheating. Some people that put password or passcode or in their phone. It's not all of them that are cheating. You understand? Some might be. So it's not all of them that are cheating. So if they say don't touch my phone, respect boundaries. Don't come and visit me during office hours, especially in the office. Respect boundaries. Do you understand? Not that you are just messing yourself around and you want to go and see them in the office and see what they are doing. For what? For what? It's not going to work. Then besides that, stop comparing past relationship, right? Relationship as in, I've been in a relationship and this guy was bad, or he or she had their own aspect of being, okay, that you loved. Now the relationship has back up. Everybody has gone their different ways. You understand? You don't need to start comparing this relationship that you are currently in with the one that has gone past. Mm-mm. It's not going to work. You don't need to be comparing. What's the need for comparison? No, there shouldn't be any need for comparison. Just accept this person as he or she is. Don't compare the relationship. At times, when it comes to sex in my former relationship, when I first got a new when I got a new person, I was trying to like compare the sexual activity, what we were doing, and I got to a stage I felt, oh, this my brain. I have to reset because I was nearly damaged. My self-esteem was gone. So I had a lot of issues comparing, and comparing before I was able to work on myself and getting myself gradually back to base. Then of course you should be able to prioritize quality time with each other. There should be time. If you are in a relationship with someone and they will go throughout the day from morning till night, not texting you good morning, they're going to the office, they can't say I'm on my way to the office. They get there, they can't say I'm there now. During maybe afternoon, maybe once, and just say how are you, just checking on you. The evening they close, you are still there. It's only when they need something, they need money, they need you to fix something that they are. That one is no relationship. It's one-sided. That is no relationship. No matter how busy you are, even if you are a CEO of a multi a millionaire, multi-million business, you will have some people you love, and there's no how. In a day you must say hi to them. In 24 hours, 24 hours goes like that. You can't say hi and you say you are in a relationship. In my friend, you are befriending yourself. You are befriending yourself, or you are the only one doing it consistently Today you are the one that says good morning. Tomorrow, well, by the time you get to the office, I'm in the office. You are coming back. I've gotten to the office. You are coming back. You are still the same person. You are the one saying good night. You are the one saying good morning. And the person is not tomorrow. The person cannot say, okay, you have missed today. Maybe they were busy intently. Tomorrow, they can't do it. In a week, you are the only one. You are befriending yourself. Just know that that is a red flag. It's enough red flag. Because somebody that loves you, there will be secretion of dopamine, hormone, cortisol, the oxytocin, and all that. You don't need to push them. The love is there. That is genuine. They will be moved to call you. They will feel like seeing you. They want to hear your voice. They want to see your text messages. But when you are not going to your phone in the morning, no message. In the afternoon, maybe they will message. Maybe they will message. And they are not messaging. You are in a relationship with yourself. That's just they are not they are not in a relationship with you. Rather, you are in a relationship with yourself. You understand? It is very, very important. Then, of course, not showing appreciation. If you have any relationship, any courtship, and the other person is not appreciating anything. If you like, cut your head and give them no appreciation. You understand? Or they see themselves like it's one of the characteristics of people that we call narcissists. If they see themselves as being special, as if you are the one that needs them, and you do something for them, and they are thinking there's this entitlement mentality that there's no big deal. Maybe you have bought something or you have done a gesture that they're supposed to appreciate you, and there is no appreciation. It is time to move. It's a red flag. It's enough red flag. Then don't tolerate violence. I tolerated violence for like 5, 6 years of my life. It nearly finished me emotionally, physically, psychologically, financially, and what have you. It finished me. I didn't even know that I was going to be able to stand in a place and be able to talk to people, right? It was serious. It was serious. So that, in other words, we should be able to, you should figure that out. You should figure that out. Don't tolerate any form of violence, be it sexual, be it physical, be it financial, be it emotional abuse. Somebody that can talk to you, just wash you down, make you feel as if you're nothing. Emotional abuse. It can be financial abuse, and you're just staying there. You're the one passionate. You're the one, spending all the money in that relationship. You understand? And the guy or the girl just sees themselves as, enjoying. There's this aura of self mentality or around them. You understand? Entitlement. So if there's no appreciation, it's enough red flag. Don't tolerate violence, no matter any form. If it's just one slap, if you tolerate just one slap, I bet you two will come the other time. Before you know, there will be physical abuse. You understand? Women too these days, those days before the advent of social media or something, we used to think that it's only men that are abusive or violent. But these days, as a nurse, I have seen that even women, most of us do are abusive. But because men don't want to speak up for the fear of being judged, being ridiculed or humiliated by people, especially online, that your wife is beating you, and what are you doing? So women too are abusive. So if you notice any form of violence, any little slap, any little push, any little drag, don't. It's enough red flag. Don't say they will change. I was there for 6 years of my life. They don't change. Abusers don't change. And if they kill you, there's been to say, you made me do it. You see what you have made me to do. I have always loved you. I have always loved you. You see what you have made me to do. You understand? Thank you, Duke. Do you understand? That's what they'll be saying. Don't compromise. Stop compromising. You understand? You want, a time out, or you want a time to have intimacy just to be with them, and they are giving excuses. Today, you compromise. Tomorrow, you compromise on your own feelings, on your own needs. You keep compromising. It's a red flag. It's enough for you to just say, no, 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 no. I'm not going to take this one. Then, apart from that, when you are in a relationship, don't lose yourself. And this relationship, don't lose yourself. Whatever relationship, whatever thing you want to do in any relationship, there should be room for self development and progression. You have a spouse to be, and one is having maybe OND, for example, national diplomate, and you are just having school sat. As they are progressing in that career, in that they want to go and do higher national diploma, you should be preparing to do your own. There should be room for self-development. I had a big hand that those days when UK was still UK, that maybe in Nigeria, maybe they can count the number of Nigerians there. Our father gave her money to go study in the UK. And when she got there, she started sponsoring, as she believed the person that she was going out with. She believed that when that guy finishes with the, she was collecting money every year from Nigeria and was using it to sponsor a man. After some time, the guy finished from university and the guy just told her publicly, "You are not my spec. You are not my type. You cannot even speak good English. How do you expect me to marry you?" But along the line, they had two boys. Thank God for those two boys. The man left her like that after she sponsored everything and went to marry an educated woman. You understand? Went to marry an educated woman. Up to today, she remains an illiterate and she remains unmarried because the man did not keep to his own part of the promise. So there should be room for self-development, career development, skills, life surviving skills, a lot of skills that you can. Then don't keep focusing only on the positive. Understand? In your relationship, there will be negative, there will be positive. You understand? Don't keep focusing only on the positive, 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 positive. Everything has to be, it is not going to work. It cannot work like that. There should be, if you have a relationship and there's no stress, there's no complaining, no fighting, nothing, nothing, everything is just moving, just like that, you should look uh, the other way, that what is happening is either one is pretending, you understand, and be doing as if all is well. Then, of course, failing to address conflict, there's something we call settlement or resolution of conflict. Even in all over the world, we have conflict as a course in the university. There is conflict resolution as a course. In like OAU, Organization of African Unity, all those organizations, they have people that have been appointed as people that will resolve conflict between communities, between countries, even within our local, we have people that have been appointed to work on conflict resolution. So, if you are in any uh, courtship or relationship, there should be what we call conflict resolution. Don't sweep, don't keep sweeping. Somebody has done something today. That's one of the mistakes I made. Somebody did something, your partner did something today. Instead of you to talk about it and trash it out, you're just sweeping it. Tomorrow, you sweep it. Tomorrow. As we get to a stage, the relationship We just, all those things that you have been hiding, we just bust, and there will be crisis. And there will be crisis. You might not be able to, the center might not be able to hold water. So there should be resolution of conflict. Settle each conflict as they come. At times, I was as a I was a mediator between a couple 2 years back, and the lady was saying, I think their marriage was about 20 years as at that time, and the lady was saying, he did something when my first son, that is now 20, I been 19, was a baby. The husband did something when their second daughter, that was 17, did was a baby. Ah, I said, sure. And there was never a time that she just called the man that, okay, I had you talking to your girlfriend that was by the door. You did this when my baby was one, and the baby is now almost university, almost going to the university, and the woman started opening this kind of work. In fact, it took me more than 3 months to be able to resolve those crises. Then apart from that, don't just be partners, be friends. You have to keep befriending yourself. You know, when you say somebody is your friend, it's like you are vulnerable to them. They know you, you know them. There is nothing stopping anybody. Both of you are just there. Do you understand? Then of course, don't involve third parties. You should not involving third parties in that relationship. Like the 6 years relationship that I had, the mother of the guy was involved. In fact, his grandmother was involved. His maternal aunties were involved. His maternal uncle involved. His friends involved. His siblings involved. So I was now at the center, tiny me like that. You understand? So it's one of the things that that actually packed up the relationship, because there were too many opinions of mama is different was different from the opinions of grandmother, was different from the opinion of maternal auntie, was different aunties, was different from the opinion of maternal uncle, was different from the opinion of his friend, and also different from the opinion of a sibling, the younger sibling. You understand? So it's one of the things that we should know, that third parties should not be involved at all. Avoid lying. Be straightforward. Though we all have our darkest secrets. You understand? Some things I've done that I wouldn't want my spouse to know, so that they will not leave me. You understand? But I tell you, there are some things that are cogent, that if they hear, like you have a child, you understand, before meeting them, it's not something you should hide. You might think you are lying in the temporary. On the long run, it will come out. It will come to the surface, no matter how smart you think you are. Because you cannot keep hiding a child for how many years? You cannot. Even if you say, they are she's my kid sister, she's my auntie's child. It's only a matter of time. Everything will just blow open. Then don't assume that marriage happens without, happens effortlessly. Marriage don't happen effortlessly. You understand? Don't be looking at the films, these Western films, and they live ever happily after. No, marriage cannot. Don't assume it work. It doesn't work effortlessly. You have to work. Marriage is work. Marriage is work. It has to be worked out. It has to be worked out, and it starts from that courtship period. That's where you start noticing these are the things I don't like and all that. Don't neglect intimacy. Intimacy is very important. You hear some people say, I can't go without sex for a week, or I can't. Mm-mm. You should know the preference of the sexual preference of your partner. Give room for intimacy. You understand? That's why when there is communication, you'll be able to know what kind of intimacy does my partner want. What are their sexual needs? You understand? It is very, very important. Not that you are there and there is nothing. You understand? I'm not talking about anything. Then what are you doing? Don't neglect physical intimacy. Don't be too available. Don't be too available. They want to see you on Monday, you are there. What about meeting up on Tuesday? You say, "Ah, I'm available." On Wednesday, how far? Yeah, don't worry, I will manage. On Thursday, we go there together. No, you shouldn't be too available. Package yourself. Make yourself a little scarce. You understand? When you make yourself a little scarce, and you be like, oh my God, they start missing you. Not that you're available Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. They get tired of you easily. It's what I've done. And it did not work out. You understand? Don't be too available. Make yourself scarce. Package yourself, particularize yourself. Avoid cheating. It's a deal breaker for most people. But in this part of the world, we were made to believe, and they are still trying to imbibe that in us women, that there is no big deal about male cheating. You understand? No, cheating is not good, but I want to tell you, to the female, because I counseled someone about 2 or 3 days ago, and he told me, and the guy and cheated. I said, "Oh, it rains everywhere. It rains everywhere. That does not mean there is no love. Before you can see a man that is not cheating, ah, number one, the first place that you want to get there, I think, should be in the grave. The second place, maybe the person has they have, decided to control themselves based on personal choices, personal decisions, and maybe life experiences. It is not easy to stay without cheating for men. You understand? So if you say you want to leave this guy because they have cheated, I'm not supporting cheating, because some people will come and crucify me. I'm leaving this guy because he has cheated. I'm leaving this guy because he has cheated. By the time you have 5 relationships, all the 5 relationships are gone, because most men will cheat, but they don't want the women to cheat. That's their nature. They're polygamous animals. So that is another thing. Don't get insecure around them. Don't be insecure. Whatever will be, will be. You, Sarah, Sarah. You, Sarah, Sarah. Whatever will be, will be. The future is not for us to see. You, Sarah, Sarah. That is it. Bongo Zico, those days when we're growing. Whatever will be, will be. So don't, because of cheating, and begin to make moves out, it will just keep breaking your own heart. Begin to feel as if you're no good, but it is not like. And it's not all men that cheat that doesn't love. They love their partners. But you see this cheating. Most men say the way they were, the way their male anatomy is placed. Oh, is a disadvantage. And their brain, women are moved by touch, petting, sweet things, and all that. Men, as soon as they see, they are ready. You understand? They are ready. No, no, no. What's the essence of wasting time? Please let us go straight to the point. You understand? Don't confuse your partner with a therapist. Your partner is not a therapist, though. You understand? Your partner is not a therapist. Because most of us, when we have issues, instead of going all out to seek for help, we see some men see seeking help as a sign of weakness. Rather, it is not. Don't see your partner as a therapist. They are not your therapist. They are badly damaged men and women all out there, looking for men and women to be in a relationship and come and, trying to gather their damaged life. And if you are unfortunate to enter that kind of relationship, oh, you will regret it.